Okay, so just a quick recap of our first day in the Jupyter notebooks. Again, the expectation is that for next class you have the Jupyter notebooks installed and running on your computer, and that you can start and open this file that we looked at in class today. To begin to execute the cells, we hold down the Shift key and hit Enter. We're going to be looking at this some functions that are in this library called Tidyverse. So we need to load this library. I'll see that I have some problems with my versions. I need to update things. But to begin, we just looked at a simple vector. I created a list or a vector named heights using this syntax, and after I enter it, I don't see anything because all I've done is assign it to this. I've assigned this list of numbers to this variable heights. So if I want to see, I have to ask it for to print the heights variable, and then I see exactly this list that I've entered. I can do arithmetic on this entire list at once, times 2, right? I see that my numbers are multiplied by 2. And similarly, I can do statistics on this thing, like the mean of heights is 35.625, the median, the standard deviation, the maximum, and a summary statistics where I get the minimum, the maximum, the first and third quartiles, and the median and the mean. There's built-in native R plotting. If I want to make a simple box plot of heights that is horizontal, green, and has a title that says box plot of heights, I can get a simple box plot here. We're going to look at using Ggplot though to make a little bit more complex and prettier plots than this. So next we looked at one of the built-in data frames. There's already a data in R, and one of those is MPG. So just like we named our a variable heights before, now we've got a collection of data in this variable called MPG. We can look at the top 6 rows of it with this command, head, and if we look at the top 6 rows, we see the different columns that are the different column names. So we're going to start by plotting things from here. To plot, we're going to use Ggplot, which is again part of Tidyverse, so we need to have executed that cell that said library Tidyverse. Ggplot MPG gives us a blank canvas that we can start adding different kinds of geometries to. So for example, maybe I want points, and those points are going to be from that mile per gallon data, and it's going to be the x values are going to be displacement and the y values are going to be highway. Again, these have to be the exact title of the columns from the data frame. So here I have this displacement and here I have highway. And once I execute this cell, I see my points added on top of this blank canvas, right? I added the points to represent displacement and highway on top of that blank canvas. I can do additional things within these aesthetics, like perhaps I want to look at what different classes of the data set are at the same time as these two variables, add a third variable to it. I can add that color by class. Again, class is a column in the data frame here. So compacts will be one color, two-seaters another color, and so on for each class. And now once I have this, I see where the different classes are. So here, as we looked at, were the two-seaters, the cars that had higher displacements but better highway mileage. Here were the trucks and SUVs, and so on and so on. I can get help if I want to find out more about what I can do with the point geometry. I can get help by typing !geom point, execute, and here it brings up all of the help files and some examples for a bunch of different kinds of plots that you can make with points. So just like I added points, I can add some other customizations like labels and themes. So to add the labels where the title is practice plot with MPG dataset, the X label is displacement rather than disp, and Y is highway mileage instead of HWY. And I'll add the minimal theme. And I get a nice plot like this. And similarly, instead of the point geometry, I could have added box plots or bars or columns. There's a number of other geometries, but here we go. Here I have a box plot that has the distribution of highway mileage by class. And I can again dress that up a little bit. If I can jitter the points or show all the points, I can add a theme. I can flip the coordinates so it's horizontal, and I can add a title and X and Y labels and get a nice plot. It looks something like this. So you're going to just explore a couple of built-in data sets and additional work plotting for homework. Yeah, just feel free to write me an email if you have any questions. And this notebook is available on Canvas.